What's going on, everyone? This is Oliver back with another ball review. Today we have the Virtual Energy Blackout Edition. This ball might be one of the strongest balls I've ever thrown, left to right anyway. I'm shooting today on 43-foot Dead Man's Curve version 2, just because I can't keep this ball on the right side of the head pin on house. So that's why we're doing it on this pattern. This pattern is 43 feet, 25 mils. I'll flash it up on here on the screen for you. But it's a 3.8 to 1, so it's not too incredibly tough, but it's going to give me a better look bowling than on house. So you can still see it start to shape fairly early. It's 43 feet, so it's not too incredibly long. I'm going to do a comparison with the clone, a brand new Zen, and an IQ Emerald. I still keep the Emerald in my bag. I like it a lot better than the Ruby. To me, it's a little more predictable. And honestly, it's stronger than the Ruby too. So, and with my ball speed, I still need a weaker ball. But my Ruby was too weak. That's why I'm not shooting it in this video. I just missed inside a lot on that one. But to me anyway, on this pattern, I think it's going to give me a little more miss room, honestly, than I get on house. Because on house shot, if I miss inside like that, it's just going 60 feet, or it's hitting the dead 7 pin and not just going Brooklyn. So, let's see what this does one more time. I am going to move a hair left. I'm looking about 25 at the arrows. Let's help me with my break point around 10. That was like 22 at the arrows and 8 down lane. But it still came back, which is surprising. I threw a few shots thrown up, and if I missed outside there probably 10 shots ago, it was not getting back to the head pin at all. So, shine. Let's see what it does in about the same spot. And throw it again. It still got back, got the 7 out. I think this is definitely going to be a piece that if I need to open my angles up with and still stay in an asymmetric ball, that's going to pick up just a hair sooner than something like my Zen or my Emerald, it's definitely going to be that piece in the bag. Let's keep moving left. Moving those 3 left with my feet. I'm going to soften up just a hair since I almost didn't get the 7 pin out on that last one. Missed inside, and it went through the face. So that's the big thing with these challenge patterns and sport patterns. You don't have a lot of miss room, but it still looks better than that ball did on house for me during league. So I think it's definitely one of those sport shot balls for me and not a house shot killer. So let's give it one more shot. We can go to the clone just to show you the big major difference between an Ace and Pearl and an Ace and Solid. That one even got right down lane, and it was a little firm, but it still picked up. And the main reason for that is that that ball doesn't want to use up all of its energy in the front part of the lane, and it saves some of the back half of the lane so it can actually come off the spot. Now, if I were to throw this clone in the same spot, I doubt it would hit the head pin. So I'm going to move back right to where I started with the Blackout and throw a similar line. And you're going to see this ball pick up sooner and blend the line out a little bit better. See, it picked up a lot sooner. It's still pretty strong off the spot. That ball, I did go 500, 1000, and use the new Storm Rough Edge. It's supposed to be a little bit lower in grit than the Step 2 that I used to really like, that I am unfortunately out of. And they don't make it anymore, which is sad. But I'm really liking this Rough Edge so far. So we'll see. See what this ball does. I moved 2 left with my feet off the spot on that one. Same result, but it did go a little bit farther down the lane before it hooked. So I'm going to keep moving my way left. I may firm up the ball speed a hair, just so it's not as hard off the spot. So we're moving another 2 left with the feet. It's around 22, 23 at the arrows. Now it's much better. Much better result. Break point was still the same down lane, but because I moved my feet further left, my eyes in just a hair, it sat in the hole for a little longer and went through the pins very well. And that's kind of the ball motion you want to see on a pattern like this. Help control the pocket and don't give it away. So now I'm going to move on to the Zen. This is a brand new Zen. I haven't thrown any shots with it yet. I went 500,000 rough edge, same as the clone. And there should be a distinct difference in strength with this ball. I'm starting where I finished with the clone. Was about 22, 23 at the arrows. Yeah, I mean, it just didn't want to see it. It got to the head pin. I did get the 10 out, but it just didn't want to see it as much as the clone did because it's a lot weaker ball. So we'll throw one more shot with this thing and go to the Emerald, which is going to be the biggest difference in strength between the Blackout and that ball. So 24th arrows, that was in a lot. I'll reset that rack. Throw it one more time. I know I said I wasn't going to do it again, but I'm going to throw it one more time. Throw a good shot. And see what happens, because I really like the Zen. This is the 3rd Zen I've drilled. And I always take the polish off of them, hit it with 500, and then repolish it just to help it blend the lane better. A lot of times out of the box, they're way too shiny. That's a better shot with it. Flat 10 off that. Even then, that's not terrible ball motion. I wouldn't start with that ball on fresh just because it's a pearl. But let's go into the ruby. No, sorry, the emerald, not the ruby. And see the big difference between this ball and the Blackout. I'm going to start in the same spot. I'm standing right on about 30. Looking at 22, 23 at the arrows. That was 25 at the arrows. Way in. I haven't thrown that ball in a long time. It usually just goes in my college bag when I see a lot of excess friction. I can throw it harder. So let's give it a reset, throw it again. Sitting in the same place, but I'm actually going to hit my mark this time. So. Did not want to get it there. And these types of reviews just show the honesty that a lot of YouTube videos don't give you. You're not going to strike every time, and it's just honestly, in my opinion, more honest. This sounds repetitive, I know, but it's more fair, in my opinion, to give an honest assessment of a ball who's showing a bunch of strikes. That's a better shot. That ball went through the pins better than the Zen did because it waited longer down the lane before it started to hook, but it's still a lot more angular than I want to be with a ball like that. So let's bring back the virtual energy just to give you a fair comparison. If I do this shot, that last shot with this ball, it's going to the base. So I'm going to get it a little further right down lane, standing on 30. You'll see a big difference. The ball splits the 8-9, and it's a solid 5 boards right down lane from where I threw the ruby. So one more shot with this and call it a day. If you need the brand new Virtual Energy Blackout Edition, go see your local Storm VIP shop. I have one here in Cleveland, Leisure Time Pro Shop. I have a few in stock. Come grab yours today. You're not going to regret it.
Yo, YBH.